He drops his fork. A small clatter, a larger silence. The stepfather's eyes harden. The door shuts. The lesson begins. Knuckles, breath, the dull thud of a man proving he has power. The boy, Erik, absorbs it like cold weather. His mother knows. She stands on the other side of the wall, hands still, heart louder than the clock, convincing herself this will make him obedient. When the blows stop, he is ordered to shake hands with the man who just beat him. He does, jaw locked, eyes dry. Violence, they say, teaches. What it really does is multiply. At school, he vents what he cannot control. A shove becomes a brawl becomes a reputation. He drops a friend with a flurry he barely remembers. The crowd watches and does nothing. Fear is a discipline all its own. The principal finally draws a line. Erik is expelled. No speech, no second chances. As Erik leaves, the man mutters a threat that sounds like a blessing. Go, and let someone else deal with you. His mother sells paintings to build a small fund, a parachute with thin fabric. She introduces him to Gunnar, a lawyer with a careful gaze and a clean card. Call me if you need help, he says. Erik pockets the card like a talisman and waits for the world to ask for it. His mother does not soften her voice. She has enrolled him in a boys' boarding school called Starburg in the mouths of those who prefer bluntness. Last chance, she says. Take this seriously. Graduate. He promises because promises are free on the day they are spoken.
Det är din sista möjlighet att nå gymnasiet. Du får inte ställa till det, lova det.
At the new school, he is given a short haircut, a uniform, a bed that is not his. His roommate, Pierre, is the brightest student in the building and somehow the kindest. They fit together like grip and glove. One sharp, one steady. That first evening, they hurry to dinner, where the room smells of polish and tradition. A boy named Johan leans over and explains the rules without smiling. Every school has its rituals. Here your status is your oxygen. Two seniors sit at the far end of the table. Clean collars, lazy eyes. Otto and Alain. Their families fund wings and halls and make calls when trouble arrives. They call for a boy beside Erik, an ordinary kid with ordinary parents. The boy stands because people stand when kings snap their fingers. Otto and Alain understand leverage. They are on the student council. They punish in the school's name. The staff pretend this is education. After dinner, Pierre offers a cigarette under a lamp outside. Erik refuses, remembers his promise, then remembers the shade in Pierre's smile and takes one. Johan warns them. The punishments are heavy. The council keeps score. They laugh like boys who think tomorrow is far away. Morning brings an invitation that is not a request. Otto and Alain summon Erik for a welcome. He declines. Johan pays. A strike to the head, a sudden drop, a stretcher wheeling away.
Så. Kom.
That night, the two princes order Erik to clean a pile of filthy shoes in their den.
Sen kan du ta dem här. Samtliga par ska hålla för inspektion. Det är bara att börja.
He leaves the room without bending. Alain wants to escalate. Otto, confident in the slow machinery of fear, says wait. Erik tells Pierre everything. Pierre's face tightens the way a door does against wind. Don't cross them, he says. They always punish the stubborn. Erik has been punished his whole life. He shrugs and says he won't obey. They try to imagine a resistance without fists. Silence. The walls are thicker than they look. The next day in the corridor, Alain bumps Erik and demands an apology. Erik refuses. The apology belongs the other way. Alain sets a time and a place. Come alone, he says, which means the opposite. Pierre whispers the truth. They never fight fair. Erik intends to go, then hears his mother's voice in the back of his skull. Behave, graduate, get out. He stays in. Otto arrives at the field with a pack and no opponent. He declares Erik a rat. Laughter runs like current through wire. The following day, the council stages a trial for disobedience. Prosecutor, judge, executioner. Otto performs all three. The sentence, a month of detention and a trench a meter deep around the school grounds. Erik digs until the stamp of boots and voices dissolve into dark. He misses dinner and eats alone. A cafeteria worker approaches. Maria, older, watchful, kind in a way that looks like risk. She says he reminds her of her brother, someone who refused to bow to anybody. Later, she catches the smell of smoke on his jacket, warns him he will pay for the habit, then kisses him with a certainty that scares them both. They know the rule. No staff with students. They break it anyway. Night makes rebels of the lonely. Christmas gives him the illusion of home. His mother hugs him. His stepfather inventories his sins. The strap returns like a season that never ends. His mother averts her eyes and presses her lips together as if silence could be shelter. When he returns to school, he runs to Maria first, and for a moment there is something soft in a hard year. Otto and Alan drip a bucket of foul water over Erik and Pierre in their sleep. Petty malice, perfect timing. Erik cleans up, then loads the remaining muck and pours it onto Otto's face while he sleeps. Morning dining hall. Erik follows an imaginary scent through the room, stops beside Otto, and announces stink. The laughter isn't on Otto's leash anymore. Rage takes him. He attacks Erik in front of everyone. Erik doesn't lift a hand. He has a promise to keep. The staff keep eating. Maria steps in and orders a stop. They pivot to Pierre. Press the friend, hurt the protector. They summon him after classes with a threat. Pierre shows because fear and pride often arrive together. Otto knocks him down with one blow. The pack cheers. By the time Erik hears and sprints across the grounds, the damage is done. He carries Pierre back to their room and tends to him with quiet hands. In the morning, Pierre is gone. The bed is stripped. The desk is clean. He has left a letter apologizing for leaving, praising Erik's loyalty, and asking him not to give up. End it, Pierre writes. End what they do to us. Something settles in Erik then. He walks to the dining hall and calls Alain out. 1 hour. Arena. No more theater. He fights Alain and a hulking accomplice together and beats them both like problems he has already solved. Otto watches and learns that fear sometimes changes direction. Erik tells him he is next. Then the ground drops again. Maria is gone, fired for breaking the rule. A colleague hands Erik a letter from her, a small paper that smells faintly of coffee and goodbye. One of Otto's lackeys sees the exchange and reports it. That night, Otto raids Erik's room, finds the letter, and carries it to the principal like a man delivering evidence to a friendly court. The principal expels Erik for a grievous breach. Erik absorbs the verdict calmly and asks only for Maria's letter back. The principal refuses and locks it away. What can you do to a boy who has already lost his place? He walks into the trees, unafraid, and the story continues toward reckoning, mercy, and a different kind of power.